All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Tuesday. How's everybody doing? Doge, 40 cents. 40 cents. That's it. I know some of you are ready for Doge to take off, but we've seen this before. You can go back and you can look at 2021 from mid-February all the way through March. Same thing happened. We had that big exciting run late January, early February, a lot of excitement in Dogecoin. And then Doge decided to take a nap. That's right, took a nap for a month and a half. Dogecoin took a nap. And people were like, I'm selling all my Doge. Doge is over. It pumped. It's all done, all over. That's what happened. And Dogecoin was trading around 4.5, 5 cents for about a month and a half. And then on April 1st, Elon had a tweet about like taking a literal Dogecoin to a literal moon. Yes, that's when it was first said, April 1st. And everyone was like, is that an April Fool's joke? Or is something really going on there? It turned out there was really something going on, but it still hasn't happened yet. Here we are. 3.5 years later, it still hasn't happened yet. So Doge had a little bit of pump early April, and then it kind of settled down again for a couple weeks, and people started getting bored again. Oh, Doge just pumps whenever Elon tweets. And that's it. And people were selling their Dogecoin. 5 cents, 6 cents, even at 6 cents, because it pumped up a little bit, settled down. And then in the middle of April, Doge just took off. All the way up to 40 cents, retraced back to like 18, 19 cents, and then on up to 70 cents. And if you sold in those boring times because you think that there's something else that you're going to make more money on, well, hopefully they still made money on whatever else it was that they moved their money over to. But it didn't outperform Dogecoin. And what Dogecoin did, that's how Doge trades. And I've been trying to be consistent about, again, the 4-year cycles, how Doge has traded, when Doge goes crazy, how long that period is. And that's the period when you don't want to be out of Dogecoin. No guarantees that Doge is going to go on another pump, but I kind of got the feeling, knowing how Dogecoin trades, it's going to do it again, which is why just relax. Doge isn't dead. Doge isn't going to zero. It's actually holding 40 cents pretty well. Yeah, it drops down to 39, but it holds pretty well after the 200% plus run it just went on. It didn't drop back down to 30 cents or 20 cents or 10 cents. It didn't. It's holding up here, which to me says this is the floor for the next run. And I know we've got Bitcoin, and Bitcoin did go up today above its previous all-time high, which was all of yesterday. Yes, yesterday. So another new all-time high today, which was right around 108,360. So we can take this yellow line here and we can say, okay, 108,360, new all-time high, and blink, there it goes. So now we have a new all-time high. For the purposes of this, I need to darken this a little bit so you can see it. There you go. So, which just got me to thinking. It was like Bitcoin versus Dogecoin. So I got thinking about it, and I'm just like, where do you put your money, right? You don't want to miss those Doge pumps, but yet Bitcoin continues to go up and up and up. And so I asked the question, and what better place to ask a very important question than Twitter? I mean, X, right? What better place to ask the question? And so there it was this morning. Would you rather have one Bitcoin or 250,000 Dogecoins? And the 250 was basically something close to the equivalent of $100,000. 250 times 0.4, 100. Bitcoin's a little bit higher. That's okay. You get the picture, the idea. We're close enough. Doge or Bitcoin? Do you want the Bitcoin for the slow and steady gains? Or do you want the Dogecoin where you got a little anxiety, you're wondering what it's going to do, but then before you know it, it could take off. So this poll is still going on. I actually see the results when I look at it because I created the poll. When you look at it, it's more like the thumbnail because you don't know what the results are until you actually click on it. So you guys need to go onto my X account and vote. Add your vote here on X. I like the engagement, and it'll be fun seeing the final results, which still have 15 hours to go on that. Tom Crown said 1 Bitcoin due to supply cap and inflation schedule because Doge has more inflation, Bitcoin supply cap. But Tom's thinking long term, obviously. But we have seen long term, even long term, Dogecoin has actually outperformed Bitcoin since 2014. But as we also showed yesterday, we also showed that when Dogecoin goes, it goes. And these are these green boxes, 2017, 2021, and what will be coming in 2025. We don't know when this is going to be. It hasn't happened yet. The year before, the 4-year cycle expects the all-time highs to be is also the Bitcoin halving year. These are these yellow areas. And that's when Doge kind of dips, goes sideways, people get antsy about it. And there's always a first pump that happens that gets people excited. Same thing happened in 2020 into 2021. There's a pump, people get excited, and then it gets boring again. And people are just like, Doge is done. Doge is done. I'm going to sell all my Dogecoin. I'm going to go buy something else. Do you really want to miss out on that? We don't know what that's going to be, but do you want to miss out on that? No guarantees. We don't know what's going to happen, but November was pretty nice, wasn't it? For Dogecoin holders. Pretty nice. So, well, I guess you could buy Pengu, right? You could do the pudgy penguin, right? Anybody get any Pengu? Anybody into pudgy penguins? Because how can the pudgy penguin token have a $2 billion valuation? It's just like, what? $2 billion valuation. Pudgy penguins. Yeah. And of course, if you saw the chart, it went way up and then crash, way down. I don't know what's going to happen with this thing. Or you can invest in Fartcoin, right? You can invest in Fartcoin. This ridiculous meme crypto just surpassed Dogecoin and SHIB. Well, not really. That's kind of a false thing. But what would you think of Fartcoin? Is it a joke or is it an investment? Is Fartcoin really an investment? And it's something you want to buy into? Fartcoin. We can talk more about Fartcoin in a little bit. But the point is, look, Dogecoin, right? Strong support base. I started to show this article on this morning's video, but then I decided, yeah, I'll just save it until the live stream because I had already too much going on in this morning's video with all eyes on Doge, and finally got to play the song in a video that was a lot of fun. So if you saw the video this morning, was having fun with that. All eyes on Doge. And it just gets into your brain, right? It just gets into your brain. But 39 cents support, and we're looking for it to really hold 40. We want Doge to get 40, new support at 40, and it's not quite there yet. That 40 line, we can put this on. That's what we want support to be there at 40. We want it there. But it keeps dipping below. So we can't hold that quite yet as support for 40-cent Doge. But that's what we'd like to see. But what's also kind of interesting, and I'll get down here in the corner, we can see the chart better here. What's also interesting is we have other coins that are also moving. Solana had a nice run this morning, so it's getting up higher. And we also had Litecoin, for those that are Litecoin fans. Litecoin had a pump today. And it's kind of interesting when generally the overall crypto market is mixed. You got a bunch going up, you got some going down, you got some going sideways. So it's a real mix today in crypto. I mean, even Bitcoin now, after it's retraced, after it seems like every day it hits a new high and then there's a sell-off. Same thing happened yesterday, same thing happened the day before. So yeah, overall Bitcoin is like only up 0.6% for the day. Dogecoin's only down, but 0.17. So they're kind of even. Algorand had a nice run earlier this morning and then a little sell-off. So we have a lot of different things happening across the board. But for Doge, we'd like to see that 39 cent support become 40. That would be a bullish trend line. Very bullish trend line. So key resistance levels established. 40.5, 41.5. We have to get up above those. Potential rally if those clear. And then the support levels as they are. The technical indicators show that mixed signals with MACD, losing the bearish momentum, which is good. RSI remains below 50, which means Doge is napping. Doge is still sleeping and will take off. That's been the whole thing for a month. Is Doge has kind of been level, a little bit upwards and then a little downwards, but generally level. The RSI, relative strength index, has continued to go down from essentially an overbought position all the way down to being below 50, meaning Doge can run at any time. It can run at any time. Meanwhile, on the Bitcoin front, we do have these Bitcoin ETFs. And now it's just incredible. 13 consecutive days of more than $100 million of Bitcoin ETFs bought by traders, investors who have BlackRock and Fidelity and Bitwise and ARK as their financial brokers buying Bitcoin. And they're buying Bitcoin over $100,000. And it's just sort of like, do you want to spend whatever portion for whatever sats or small percentages of Bitcoin with Bitcoin over $100,000? That's the thing. It's like Bitcoin's over $100,000 a coin, and you've got all these people buying the ETFs. Now, the ETF price, right, doesn't show 100,000, but it's whatever the equivalent is of that. So maybe that's what's helping the ETFs, because they don't think they're really buying $100,000 Bitcoin. They're just buying into Bitcoin through an ETF. But this, I mean, yesterday, $636 million. spent on the Bitcoin ETFs, which means the more and more these investors for all these companies here, from Van Eck to Franklin, Invesco, Grayscale, they're all buying the Bitcoin. They have to buy the actual Bitcoin because they need to have as much in the treasury as is held by the investors. That's a lot of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin tends to be, and we look at the Bitcoin chart, we go back to the 4-hour chart, and Bitcoin has been showing this gain just since $92,000 here, the middle of November. It has just been a slow and steady gain on Bitcoin. Yeah, there have been a few dips. That was the big leverage flush that we had here on December 5th. Remember the $1.5 billion of leverage that got flushed out on that dip? That's all that was. Bitcoin wicked down to 92, came back up, and then continued on its merry way over 100,000. And we hit 108 today for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is going to be the slow and steady gainer. That's what it looks like. Where Doge, in the same time frame, Doge goes up wildly, comes back down, goes up again, comes back down in that same time period. Dogecoin being more volatile than Bitcoin. But generally, Dogecoin is exactly where it was a month ago. Because that's how Dogecoin trades, between the big pumps. Instead of falling back down, Dogecoin could have come back down to 28 cents like a lot of people were calling for. Not Kriss. Kriss was not calling for 28-cent Doge. Not at all. Because I've been through this before. I held through February and March of 2021 and into April, and then saw it go on this incredible run. And I heard all these other blap, 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 Dogecoin's dead. It did its pump. Selling my Doge. I've lived through that. I'm not selling my Doge now. I'm waiting, being patient. And I can only tell you guys what I'm doing. I cannot advise you, not a financial advisor. But I'm not selling Dogecoin. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for generally this. I'm waiting for this. And I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know when that's going to be. I do have a countdown going on X today. 34 more days. And someone responded like, to what? It's like, inauguration, January 20th. Just look at the picture. That's my countdown. Now, this countdown, it could be a nothing burger, but I don't think so. These are the kind of events that make Doge pump. I'm just saying. That's what I'm looking at. So what do you guys think? I am going to start a poll. And what is that poll going to be? It's going to be, would you rather have one Bitcoin or 250,000 Dogecoins? One Bitcoin and 250,000 Dogecoins. And we will see what the answer is from this very impartial jury here that we have in the chat, right? Very impartial. This is a scientific poll, very scientific, all even. One Bitcoin or 250,000 Dogecoins. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. That's what we want to see. Vote in the poll. Meanwhile, I will keep tabs on Dogecoin and see whether we can get a nice run during the live stream today of this. And I just need to get this right on because of my OCD. Right on 40 cents. There we go. So that's what we have for today. How are you guys doing? Did I get an email from Coinbase, KYC? I did not. No, I don't think so. No emails from Coinbase. I got a notification, BTC soars to new all-time high. That came from Coinbase. Nope. Nothing about KYC. Am I confident in the 69-cent Doge? No, it would just be a fun thing to happen there. And I did give a range, 60 to 69, but 69 would be the meme and would be more fun. Confidence? It's Doge, right? Funny numbers. Taking that Doge all day. Taking Doge. Muzaffar had a question on the so-called hack. Yeah, we covered that. The past 2 days, we covered that. And Eric, his response is correct. It was old news, all wrong. Count of total nodes was wrong. And this was 2 weeks ago. And the Dogecoin devs have updated the Dogecoin core and want everybody running nodes to update their nodes just for clarity of whatever it was that was going on. But yes, it was a total, it was not like 69%. So we would think those ETFs are long-term buys, Louise, but it looks like a lot of those ETF holders are trading the ETFs. So price goes up, they buy, but price starts going down, they sell. Yes, they have itchy fingers and they sell. But Bitcoin has not been going down. Bitcoin has been steadily going up. And as it steadily goes up, there's just more ETF buys going on with Bitcoin. Is there going to be a Doge ETF someday? That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? With Elon and Trump at the helm, 2025, Doge could go parabolic at any time. Diamond hands have never been more necessary to survive the false narratives. That is true. Well said there, Daydream. Well said. Altcoins ready to start waking up. I feel that coming too. And we see some of them like Litecoin, going on little runs, slowly and surely. Pietro is ready. Yes, Eric, Litecoin pump today. Dino Crypto's still around. Still around. Yeah, I fixed that on my chart. I fixed it now. It's all set. The OCD in me was just like, oh, I just missed it. Gotta fix that. Gotta fix that. Right. Who wants to look back when they're older and say they got rich by investing in farts, right? I made $1 million on Fartcoin. The chili con carne. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Pengu took a big dip. It went up and then it went down. We'll see if we can find that chart. Somebody posted it on Twitter, I saw. We'll just find it here. Dollar Pengu, right? Somebody's sending Pengu. Yeah. Oh, this was, somebody was saying it was going to happen. Thinking that it's going to go up higher, and it's not. At this point, anyone trying to claim Pengu with their ledger might as well accept the fact that they're a community member now because price has plummeted. But yes, a lot of people claiming Pengu. Pretty crazy, huh? Yeah, there it is. That's what happened. Up and then crashing back down. So it went from practically nothing up to 7 cents and then back down to 2 cents. That's crazy. And that's, of course, airdrops. People get a ton of airdrops and they sell. We saw that happen with Peak. Saw the same thing happen with Peak. It went from 58 cents all the way down to 18 cents on Peak at its bottom. That's how airdrops go. Where's the thing going to go from here? I don't know, but I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. You're definitely going to take the 20th off. I'll be here all day live. Right here, KrissPax Live, January 20th. I think it's going to be pretty crazy. Yeah, we'll have a video in the corner going on with the whole inauguration festivities, but we're mainly going to be looking at the charts, how the trading is going, and who knows, maybe doing some live trading as it's happening. We'll see. We will see. Doge is doing fine. So many other cryptos people are getting into. Doge is the original meme coin and will consistently rally up. And if the altcoins go across the board, that would be great. We have not had a full crypto market green in quite a while where like everything is going up. We haven't had that. It's been this mixed thing that's going on. We got some going up, some going down, some going sideways. It's a real mix. It's a real mix. So short-term Doge, long-term Bitcoin. So Damien is straddling the fence here. He's not committing to one or the other. Now, you could kind of take that strategy, right? You wait for a big Doge pump, and then you sell Doge and you rotate it back into Bitcoin. So you get the best of both worlds. Maybe. I'll be talking about price for January 20th as well on my January 1st video. So you have to wait till January 1st, Eli. How to swim in Dogecoin. No, I'm not going to upload the audio to Spotify. No, it's just, this is just our thing here on YouTube. And it was Callie who made the beats. It's Callie's song. We just play it here. The Trader Allen chart was more sensible. Yeah, that was, let me get that. That's Trader Tardigrade. It's not that one. He's looking at some other things. Sol, Prop, ETH, Sol, ETH, Doge. That one. This one. Well, this does have a big pump on January 20th up to $1.20. That's what it's got. It's got this January 20th pump here to $1.20. That would be awesome. I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah, Damien, let's hope. That would be awesome. I think there's going to be way too much selling up here. 90 cents. There's no way it's just going to keep going up there. I don't know. I just think just like what Bitcoin had when it was getting close to 100K. It spent a couple days like trying to get above it and couldn't get through. I could see that happen instead of this. But if this happened, awesome. I'll take it. I will take it. HBAR ETF, XRP ETF, Solana ETF, Doge ETF. Who knows? Who knows? You have both Bitcoin and Dogecoin. So do I. I have a lot more Dogecoin, but it's good. Like I've said before, it's good for everyone to have a little bit of Bitcoin in their portfolio as well. Just a good thing to have. Right. The update had been out for those Doge nodes, and the only ones that got hit were the lazy node runners. Right. The lazy node runners. Every Doge event tanks. This is not an official Doge event, though. But some could maybe see it as that and still try and short the hell out of Doge once it starts going up. So we have to be ready for that. That could still happen. $3 Doge would change your life. I'll take $3 Doge. I'll take that too. What's going to hit $1 faster? Algorand or HBAR or Doge? You can put Doge in there too. HBAR is at 28 cents. So HBAR's got a longer way to go. Algorand is 42 cents. So it's a little bit above Doge, but Doge at 40 cents. I hope they all make it. How about that? Let's just take them all to $1, right? Let's take them all to $1. You sold all your XRP today at the top and bought Doge. XRP. What did it trade up to today? $2.70. You know, that's not a bad play. I mean, this was a pump off of that Ripple Lab stablecoin. And so XRP pumped at that. That's not a bad play to take your profits on XRP and roll it into Doge. And hopefully you got Doge down here on this dip. 39.5 cents, 39.6 cents or something like that. That'd be a good move. I'm doing fine, Ido. How are you? We just talked about Pengu. You missed the start. Yes, I've got Pudgy Penguins and the Pengu token. Yeah, we talked about that. And then we looked at a chart on it where it skyrocketed up to 7 cents and then dropped all the way down to 2 cents. Craziness. Craziness in Pengu land. Your bag's fully loaded. You sniped Algo at 40.2. Got some Jasmy at 4.2. I think they're both going to be winners over the next 6 months or so, 8 months. I don't know how long this bull rally is actually going to last. If I got $1,000 right now to put on Doge or BTC, which do you think would be a better return? Well, look at the poll. That's all I say. I can't tell you, but look at the poll. I did not exit peak. Absolutely not. I still have all of my peak tokens waiting for the next move up on peak. P-E-A-Q. Peak. So peak is hanging at 51 cents. Yes, it's a little disappointing. It's been kind of drifting down from 59 down to 51. A little disappointing there. I don't know why people are taking profits so soon. Short-term thinkers. Those are short-term thinkers. Let's go. Yeah, I don't see Doge going back to 30 cents. You'll be in India on the 20th, but we'll have your live stream going while you're at the beach. All right, Peter. We'll be having fun. Now in India, that will be What time? Well, it'll be nighttime in India when I start, but I'll be on for a while. KB will be here front and center. Thank you. Yeah, Doge is crashing. It's over. Ha. Long-term Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Litecoin, Avalanche, Doge, XRP, Chainlink. All good cryptos. That's a good portfolio. KB's been to India but didn't make it to Goa. Coffee Plus, how are you? 2025 is going to be a crypto bull year. I've been saying it for years, and we're almost there. In fact, I said starting fall of 2024, we would be in bull market, and we are. But you got to be patient with Dogecoin. You're waiting to transfer some Doge profits into Bitcoin. Yeah, that's not going to be a bad play. That's not going to be a bad play. When it's going to be time for what, Tony? How many Doge would be needed to buy a house in 2030? That is such a loaded question. Like a house where, right? And even where, there's all kinds of houses, big and small and whatever. So there's no way to really answer that. It was weird. We had Litecoin, we had Solana. We know why XRP went up. I don't know why Solana went up. I don't know what this was about. It certainly wasn't based on the Ripple stablecoin. So yeah, I don't know. And I mean, why did Litecoin do this big pump? I never saw anything that said why Litecoin went up like this. But it's good to see that even when some are having red days, others are green. If Doge stays the same price or below 50 cents by January 20th, would you sell the majority of your Doge? Nope. Because January 20th is not the end. It's not the end. Nope. I will continue to hold. I tried to put HBAR on my ledger. It wasn't easy. Yeah, I don't have HBAR on my ledger. Tough to answer this poll, huh? Can I have both? Nope. Purpose of the poll is one or the other. I wasn't going to wimp out and give a third choice. One or the other. Leverage loans on Bitcoin and Doge? No. Craig, which do you think will be available on Robinhood first? Hedera, Algorand, or Peak? It won't be Peak. Peak's too early. I would guess between Hedera, I'm guessing that means Hedera, and Algorand, it would be Hedera. It would probably be Hedera before Algo. That would be my guess. Yep, up and down, Tony. Up and down. That's how Doge goes. No XRP on the poll. No, it was just, this is Dogecoin versus Bitcoin. That's all. You never know what can happen in the future with Dogecoin. It depends on how high Doge goes. I mean, if there's a huge pump up to $1.20 on January 20th, I'm taking a bunch of profits on Doge. But even if it only goes up to 60 cents, let's say, I'll take a little sliver and I'll keep holding. See what happens next. ETH looks like it's still waking up. Can't hold 4K though. Cannot hold 4K. That's this red line here. Just can't hold it. So not time yet for ETH. When ETH starts running, you're going to see a majority of altcoins following when that happens. Sol rebounded because of Pengu. Well, there you go, Christian. That makes sense. This was on the backs of Pengu. And now Sol is, we'll call it retracing, not dumping. It's moving down. The Pengu hype is over. I'll be headed to Nashville to celebrate New Year's Eve. If I see the Hawk Tuah girl, I'm telling her to stay out of crypto. I think she got that message already. She learned firsthand. Yeah, something like 10 hours difference. So it'll be dark there. But I'll still be on when it gets into the morning. So if you're early out on the beach, I'll still be going. Oh, Darren, I can't use those words. That's Vision Pulsed words. I can't use those. See, I know Vision Pulse. I've seen him, and he uses those words. I can't use them. Obviously, you've been watching Vision Pulsed yourself. Can we look at Jasmy? Sure, Johannes. Jasmy, 4.2 cents. It's kind of been slowly drifting down as well. Not showing a lot of strength in Jasmy right now. But Jasmy, like Dogecoin, likes to go on pumps. So this was the December pump for Jasmy. And yeah, that's a big pump there. So yeah, Jasmy's settling down right into the 4s, and eventually it'll have another pump on its own. This is still bull market time. And there's Doge just being Doge. Sleepy Doge going sideways. Yes, Roel. Picoin. Pyramid scheme. Total pyramid scheme for Picoin. It's been going on for years. Right? You buy in. That helps the person above you. And then you get other people to buy in, and that helps you out. That's a pyramid scheme. I won't be selling enough Doge to make red candles. No, I have no influence on the market like that. I'm not a whale. Not a whale. Genuinely surprised how many meme tokens are able to go above meme numbers. It's a feeding frenzy. When the meme tokens start moving, a total feeding frenzy. Could XLM surprise us? Sure, but again, it's going to be on the backs of XRP. That's how XLM trades. So XRP goes on a pump, XLM will pump. I don't have the RSI potato. I would have to do some little maneuvering here, which I can do. I can turn off that one, and then go to indicators and add relative strength index. So there we go. On the 4-hour, it is below 50. We are sitting at about 47 on the 4-hour. On the daily, we are at about 51. We're at 51 on the daily. But you can see where we were on November 11th. Totally overbought. Totally overbought here. And guess what the price was on November 11th? 40 cents. 40 cents. And the RSI was at like 93. And now here we are, just a little over a month later, and we're at 40 cents. But the RSI is almost back down to 50. This is the sign of a big pump coming. That's what that is. So all of this sideways movement for Doge since November 11th has allowed the RSI to settle back down all the way to 50. That's pretty cool. All eyes on Doge. I had a good day, lots of meetings. Tuesdays are always my busy back-to-back meeting days. Everybody wants to meet on Tuesdays for some reason, but glad to be here with you guys. ETH and Doge seem to be at their thresholds before a big run. That's what I see, Oz, as well. I mean, we look at ETH as well. Now, ETH's RSI is a little higher. It's up at over 60 because it's been increasing at a higher rate since November 11th than what Doge did. So the RSI is up a little higher on ETH. But ETH, because of buying into its ETFs, could have slow and steady gains continue, kind of like what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin's RSI is up here at 70. And the RSI has consistently been up for a long time. All the way since middle of October, it's been above 50. While I have the RSI thing on. So what do you see ETH in the end of the bull run? So for ETH, I mean, even getting to 8,000, a 2x from here would be a huge run for ETH. If it just followed Bitcoin, that would be $200,000 Bitcoin, $8,000 ETH. That seems to be kind of in the range where those two would trade. But when Doge pumps, it can go at a much higher percentage, but it can retrace pretty quick too. Now it didn't. Doge didn't here from this November run because there's still another pump in there, at least one more. That's what I think. Yeah, I'm not going to call people lambs either. Old Vision Pulse. All he talks about is the likes and number of viewers. I don't watch him enough to see that, but if he's pushing likes and viewers, okay, good for him. If he thinks that's a status symbol or something, I don't know. I don't know. Took you 30 minutes to load the stream. You had to restart the phone. Well, glad you made it, young folk. Glad you made it. Welcome, welcome. I'm sorry to hear you lost your job, dude. Ran out of spending money. Oh, it's just life. I know. Life comes at you, doesn't it, sometimes? Comes at you. I get that. Can you write off the fees and your taxes? Basically, what I do is I just remove them from the profit. So if I sell, the 250,000 Doge that I sold, the fee on that transaction comes off the profit. That's how I do it. Yep, he likes his subs, I guess. Good for him. Started out watching Vision. He wouldn't tell you what he's buying. I hear he doesn't have much at all invested in crypto. So Bitcoin dominance. Let's see what Bitcoin dominance looks like. Here on a Tuesday. 57. It's still way below where it was a month ago. So I think this is just this ETF push on Bitcoin right now. And, these new all-time highs. Isn't that funny that Bitcoin is a higher price here? New all-time highs at 57%, yet the Bitcoin dominance is lower than it was here a month ago. That's kind of interesting. So alts had a little time to catch up, and that's going to happen again. Good evening. Bishop. He gets on streams long enough to collect super chat money and then gets off. A fence sitter. Yeah, maybe. Not as bad as what Matt Wallace used to do. He'd have like 15-minute live streams and then be gone. I'm not forecasting a run to 69 cents. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if Doge hit 69 cents? I did the bull flag thing. It came out to 69 cents. Can we reach 60? If we have a nice Santa rally, we still might. Meetings on Tuesdays because hangovers are on Monday. For some reason, my Monday calendar is like almost always clear. But Tuesdays, it's back to back to back to back meetings. Sometimes the notifications come late. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. That's funny that Vision says he's constantly saying when his coins hit, he's leaving YouTube. But then I hear he doesn't really have a lot. So I don't know. I know in the bear market, it's hard to continue engagement because things are going down. I was here all through the bear market. That's all right. I'll still be here. And with you guys as well. You want to hang out in the bear market. 2026 might not be a fun year, but we can commiserate together. Hopefully we're finding things to do to stay profitable. You're holding both Doge and ETH. What are the top 3 advantages Dogecoin has over any meme coins on the Bitcoin, Solana, or ETH networks? Dogecoin is a proof-of-work cryptocurrency. It has its own blockchain, so it's not relying on someone else's blockchain. And it also has the attention of the richest person in the world. So there you go. Try that. XRP's RSI extremely overbought. That doesn't stop it from going up. It just says that it's just under the 70 line. It's on the daily. You really look at the daily. It's really just under the 70 line. So not extremely overbought right now. Not like it was back here, 1st of December. That was overbought. See that green shade here on the RSI? That's overbought right there. But it's almost back to the same price. But instead of being up here at 94, it's down here at like 69. XRP can run, and it's looking like it wants to. Jasmy. Yeah, we looked at Jasmy. Here we zoomed out a little more. And Jasmy had this big run here, 1st of December, up over 5 cents. So topped out there. Huge RSI, totally overbought. RSI is back down to 55. Jasmy runs a lot like Doge. Short periods of time. It goes on big runs. So if you're holding Jasmy, you need to be JAG, XAI 200K. That looks like a bot. I might just ban that. We'll see. We'll see about that. If there's another one, definitely gone. Anything with XAI in front of it. Scam, bot. Like the video. Thank you, Daydream. We'll get some likes in here. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Appreciate the support. What's the new floor after the bull market? I doubt we are going to see Dogecoin go all the way down to 5 or 10 cents. Absolutely not. That is not what the 4-year cycles show at all. Dogecoin always finds a higher floor, just like Bitcoin holds a higher floor. So no. Now, how high is Doge going to go? What's going to be the high? How long will it hold that high? Is it just going to dump back down? All of those play a factor in what the next floor of the next bear market will be. It could be 40 cents. Doge could go to $1.20 in 2025, and in 2026 might dip down to something like 40 cents where we are now. That could happen. Same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin could go up to 200K and then maybe drop back to 100K, which would be less. That would only be a 50% drop as opposed to the 2022 bear market where it was a 75% drop in Bitcoin. So that's all in play. Hey, Charlotte, how are you? Well and ready for Christmas? I am. Got all the presents bought. The only thing I have to do is get the ham. We're having a Christmas ham and something for the vegetarian part of the family. We'll just call it that. So it's just the food, but everything else is done. Waiting for those last Amazon boxes to arrive. I did buy some things in person at some small businesses as well, because I always do that. But yeah, I'm all set. January 20th, though. That's going to be a wild day. That'll be a wild day. My strategy: wait for 150% return to get my full 100 plus extra to cover taxes and fees. Exactly. Taxes. I can't believe in 2025 how much I'm going to be paying the government on taxes on my crypto profits. Ugh. Hey, Julian. At the beginning of November, me and my friends were new in crypto. We all stressed out when there was a slight dip, but then we watched your stream. Hey, don't give me all that credit. I mean, I just know where we are in the 4-year cycles. I've been through this before, and I'm like, there's going to be dips, particularly the ones where they do those leverage flushes. And a lot of times we've been watching it live, but we're still in a bull market. And you only lose if you sell, if you're down on anything. But if you want to go chasing Solana tokens, good luck. Because for every fart coin, there's 1,000 other ones that do nothing. And you end up with nothing. So be careful. Yeah, I don't want everyone to bash Vision. I mean, he's out there, he's grinding, so you support him. That's all right. He's grinding away, doing his thing. Nothing wrong with that. Taters and Eggs has an 8-ball question. Is Doge going to go up or down? So it needs to be a yes or no question. It needs to be a yes or no question. So Akash, did you listen to me talk about MicroStrategy over the weekend? What did I say? I said it on Friday and I said it again on Sunday. I said, just because a stock gets listed on the NASDAQ does not mean the price is automatically going to go up. In fact, I think I also said, be ready for the drops, because that is what happens. Some of you guys remember me saying that about MicroStrategy, I'm sure, because we saw it with Tesla. Same thing happened with Tesla. And I was like, yep, that's probably going to happen with MicroStrategy. And I think I also said, most likely MicroStrategy is going to drop below $400. I think I said that too. And what is it now? 386. You got to listen to Kriss, man, Akash. You got to listen to Kriss. Been there. Yeah, I was slowly building a community, very slowly through 2023. It was tough, but we survived it. I'm selling everything this run and buying back during the bear market. Well, Darren, that is a strategy. What are you going to do with that money, though? For a year, how are you going to be able to do that? I'm buying real estate. That's where I'm putting my money, is into real estate. So I'm not going to have enough to buy. I'm not going to have anywhere near as much to buy back in. Let's say at the end of 2026 or into 2027. Won't have anywhere near the same amount buying back in, because I'll be sitting in a nice house with no mortgage, no banks in my life. Get out of here, you banks. Get out of here. That's my plan. With all these institutional government money, do you think BTC will have a crazy bad bear market? Yeah, we've been talking about that hit here, and it's a good question. People keep talking about super cycles and extended bull runs and things. I still think there will be a pullback, but again, every cycle, I think the pullback will be a smaller percentage. So like I said, if Bitcoin goes to 200, could it actually drop back to 100? That would be much less of a percentage drop than it just had in 2022. Because it went from 69 all the way to 15.6. That was a big drop. With all the ETFs especially, but then ETF holders, they can just start selling. Yolanda, you'll be here. I'll be here too, just doing this, doing my thing. All eyes on Doge. I know the hacker crash thing. People keep talking about. That's why you got to keep tuning into Kriss. You got to be up on these things. All things related to Doge we cover here. Elon did say Doge transactions are faster than Bitcoin, which makes Dogecoin a better use as a transactional currency. He said that 2 years ago when he was Time Person of the Year. He said Bitcoin, store of value. Absolutely, store of value. But Doge, better as a transactional currency. H-bar, what do you want to know, Max? Ask me a question. All right. Will you ask the 8-ball if Doge will go up or down? You got to. It's got to be a yes or no question. What stock do you think is the most underappreciated? Underappreciated stock. Wow. That's a good question. Because everything I bought has been pumping, so I'm not down on anything now. I got out of Workhorse, and glad I did. And Jivo is still based on like the future, so I don't know about that. And AMC still is games. Every time there's a big pump in AMC, they do an offering and dilute the stock. So not happy about that. Let me think about that one. Let me think about that one, Machine. Bull runs in the house. You saw Bitcoin, 13K in pounds. Yep. Just 2 years ago. Just 2 years ago, right after that FTX crash. You got toasted by MicroStrategy, Akash. Sorry. You bought it at the high. Sorry. Am I streaming during FOMC? No. Go watch Tom Crown. Tom does the epic FOMC meeting live streams. I only filled in last one because Tom was traveling to Dubai, and so he couldn't do it. So I did one. But no, I will not be live streaming. I will stream later on Wednesday, late afternoon, evening time, and we'll follow up on what came out from FOMC. Ethereum Classic is waiting for ETH. When ETH pumps, ETC pumps. So we were looking at ETH here from the 5th of November. ETH has been generally in an upward channel. I mean, we could even draw that, right? We could say maybe since the 10th, we've seen this having a little issues here. Got some snap mode on or something. Got to get out of snap mode. So we could see, this has generally been an upward channel for ETH. That's not bad. And so ETH Classic, except for that dip right there. I was going to say same thing, but had a big dip. Dipped out of the channel. But generally it follows ETH, is what you see with ETH Classic. You're a developer looking at coding a Dogecoin payment plugin. Wow, good luck with that. Yeah, anything that adds utility is great. I'll take those coins and tokens any day after, over, this flood of memes. It's fun to talk about the fart coin and the Pengu, but it's just for a joke. Short period of time, everyone will forget about it. I know Pepe is still around, Bonk and Whiff and all of those. There's a few of them that do make it, but for the most part, people are not. Yeah, bull run. We were looking at the Pengu earlier. The shorting, I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to short a token like that, much less a mainstream crypto. Doge new bottom might be around 40 cents. That's what we're hoping. In fact, I should probably change that color. Let's make it blue. And see whether we can make that support. Doge can go higher from there. Will Doge stabilize after $1? Agent Jones, in Doge's history, it does not stabilize at all-time highs. Unless it was really being used. Like if it gets onto X payments and it's actually being used, real utility on a big scale, that's a different story. But now it's kind of like peaks and dumps when Doge gets moving. Now this movement that we had in Doge, again from election day, up and then sideways, again, we're not past the previous all-time high yet. So, but this sideways, to me, again, just shows real strong support for Dogecoin for the next big pump. But after that, it's going to get volatile. Are we on track for a Christmas rally? Yep. Yeah, Ivan on Tech was talking about that a little bit. And then Crypto Rover showed the Bitcoin chart from mid-December to the end of the year in 2020 and 2016, which were 4 years ago and 8 years ago on the 4-year cycles, and Bitcoin went up both times. So, what's up, Victor? Does anyone think it'll stay at $1 to $2 long term? Only if there's utility. Hi, Luca. I hope Doge won't skyrocket before my next payday. Well, sometimes it doesn't wait. Do you think Bitcoin is eating all the money that's supposed to flow in Doge? No. There's lots of money around. Most people that are investing in Bitcoin are not investing in Doge. Different clientele. Totally different clientele. But if there's a Doge ETF, that could be different. That would be interesting. Yeah, the government encouraging Bitcoin is one thing. Store of value, digital gold. But encouraging other crypto, I don't know. He said he's done when the coins hit. Yeah. No limit on casinos. You bought Doge in January 2021, sold in April. Yeah. Dogs and memes, Elon Musk, just the fun of it. Most other cryptocurrencies are just boring. Doge is fun. I mean, look at the intro song, that Callie made for me. It's like, you don't get that with any other cryptocurrency but Doge. So, when's going to be the top? So, Pavlos, I will have a video coming out on January 1st. And I'll tell you what I think then. I don't know yet. All right. Chef Boy has a question for the Magic 8 Ball. That is a yes or no question. Will the Dogecoin price rocket after January 20th? Interesting. After January 20th. What does the Magic 8 Ball say? As I see it, yes. As I see it, yes. As I see it, yes. The Magic 8 Ball has said, there it is. Where's Ryan when you need him to commemorate the Magic 8 Ball? As I see it, yes. There you go. Woohoo! We talked about ETH just a little bit ago. Oh, he said he's got like 100K invested. That's different than what I heard. You need a new covered deck. Yeah, everybody needs something. No mortgage. That is my goal, Louis. That's our goal, is to have a house with no mortgage, no banks. Good time to buy MicroStrategy on the dip. It's below 400. It's about 387 now after market. But I don't know what's going to happen to stocks tomorrow. You have the FOMC meeting. Typically, that has more of an effect on stocks. Are they going to lower interest rates 25 basis points? Everyone kind of thinks that's going to happen. But what if it doesn't? Yeah, like I said, I think he's a good fellow too. He's grinding away, doing his thing on YouTube. That's awesome. I like to see people working. My new favorite hobby, plugging your gains into your spreadsheets. Aren't those spreadsheets great? People just don't understand the beauty of a good spreadsheet. I don't know. Oh, the manipulation that goes on the stock market, Max. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Just ask anybody who's held workhorse stock and you'll see manipulation. Big time. And I was there. I was one of them. Got suckered in. Dave Ramsey, anti-Bitcoin. Peter Schiff, anti-Bitcoin. Unbelievable. I've already asked an 8-ball question, so we're done with 8-ball today. H-bar will skyrocket soon. Yes, patience. What do you think about Dogecoin having a hard time getting new buyers? Nope. Dogecoin starts pumping, there'll be lots of new buyers. They will show up. How about Peak? I've never looked at RSI on Peak before. Now that I have the RSI up, yeah, not much history there. It was overbought though when it came up to all-time high. So now it's right at 50. So maybe we level out here. But we had the big cup and handle, came up to a new all-time high, and we've retraced back down almost to the top of the handle. So that's what the peak chart looks like right now. Again, still very early. Very, very early on this thing. I don't know about the next Doge launch. Now it looks like this Astrobotic company is out again, trying to get people to put stuff in Moonbox for their next moon flight. Of course, the last one they had failed, and they weren't able to get their lander to go to the moon because there was some technical problem, something messed up, and they lost their whatever they needed to land on the moon safely, got damaged during the rocket launch. So they're going to try it again, and someone will probably pay for a Dogecoin being in the moon box, and we'll try again. That's that thing, which is different than the Doge 1 satellite, which is something else. So there's 2 different Doge moon missions, but we don't have any specific timeline on any of that yet. I don't know who Business Dad is, Hunter. Nope. The rocket is still on the chart. There it is. It's over here. The rocket is still there. It's January. So, nope, the rocket is still there. Yeah, fees on Doge are really small. Spending Doge, transferring Doge, it's so cheap. So cheap to do. So yes, to use it as a currency is ideal. And that's what Elon was saying as well. So yeah, that'd be awesome if you have something that helps people use Dogecoin as a currency. Awesome. Yeah, don't know when the next launching of SpaceX is that's related to Dogecoin. That we don't know. You like Doge, Pepe, and WIF? A lot of people made a lot of money on WIF. Right, Doge has its own blockchain. It can be whatever it wants to be. There's this whole Dogenals thing for NFTs. And someone's working on a layer 2. So all of those things will be on a layer 2 on top of Doge, which I think is the way to do it. And then we just want to see it increase its use as a currency. Every time you make a prediction for a pump, Doge starts dropping right after I'm done talking. I will never use bots to trade for me. No, we'll never do it. Because then it's just buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. It's just like, why do you want a bot to do that? In fact, bots tend to lose money in bull markets instead of make money because they've sold and price goes up, and then they have to buy back in and get less coins. Not interested in that. And in a bear market, a bot is not going to win. So they only really make money in sideways markets. So for Doge, for the past month, bot trading probably did very well. But where you really make money is in the big pumps, and you have to be holding through that. A bot would have sold way down here at like 19 cents. Would have eventually bought back in maybe at 22 cents or something. But then you'd have less Doge. Does Elon watch my videos? I doubt it. He's probably busy. And plus, I don't post them on X, and he really only looks at X. He doesn't look at YouTube. If you buy AMC tickets, it's a taxable event. Yes, Eric. It's a taxable event. So every time I've bought AMC movie tickets with Doge, I put it on my spreadsheet. Yep, it's a taxable event. Joke smoke. The magic 8-ball never lies. That's right. And thank you for being a member for 13 months. 8-ball says we're good after January 20th. SHIB or XRP? Oh, I hold SHIB and I don't hold XRP. SHIB, like Dogecoin, can go on huge runs. Just waiting on that to happen again for SHIB. Right now, Doge is just hanging out, going sideways. And so that's what I think it's going to keep doing this afternoon. You can't hate the spreadsheets. You got to love them. Got to love them, Goose. Dogecoin Google Trends. Google Trends. Dogecoin. Let's zoom out on this, right? How do I change? Right here. Let's look at 12 months. Well, it certainly went up after the election, didn't it? Of course. Doge pumps up. Interest pumps up. Since then, it's tailed off. So next big pump. Yeah, even that pump that Doge had back February, March timeframe. That's what it takes. But look at this one since the election. That's huge, but it's just tailing off right now. Tailing off. That's not unexpected for Google Trends. Not unexpected. I don't know what reserve token is. I'm not paying for TradingView. I closed out one of my other indicators, bull run. I had a 50-day moving average, and I turned that off so I could turn on the RSI because someone asked to see the RSI. But yes, you can get a free, you can see the RSI for free, but again, you can only have 3 indicators on at a time. I've got volume on, I've got the 200 moving average, and now RSI. That's all I'm allowed, 3 of them. But that's the free version. But I can't find the heat map on TradingView. So maybe I'm not allowed to see that unless I pay. Layer 2 on Doge called Laika, Laika. A. Leica. 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 Dogecoin Layer 2. Make Doge assets smarter and much cooler. Turning Doge limits into opportunities. Make the Doge network competitive. Native Doge assets, meme coin bridge, EVM compatible. They have a token. You can earn Leica points. Unleash the full potential of memes. Bridge to Leica. Well, so there you go. Built on Dogecoin. That seems to be a real thing. There you go. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. You cannot pay with Dogecoin at McDonald's. Yet. I agree. Yeah. Why use bots for trading? Shout out to the Dogecoin holders. No, Michael Jackson, you're not blocked. I'm just not hitting every question in the chat. Yeah, you can use the ribbon thing, but I don't like all those ribbons. So people are not able to stake Doge. Dogecoin is a proof of work cryptocurrency, not proof of stake. There are some places that advertise staking your Doge, but it's not staking. It's them getting your Dogecoin and then using it for something is what it is. And I won't do that. You pay for yours. That's why you've got the heat map. There you go. That could be. I have not looked at the Robinhood legend. It's for stocks right now, and I'm not interested in trading stocks. I'm not a trader. I'm an investor, do some swing trading, but not the trading like what legend would be used for. AMC dipped below $4. I bought some. I now have AMC stock again, even though I swore I wasn't going to buy it again. I got sucked back in. But I'm already up because I bought it under $4. That was a target. I just said, if this thing drops down to $4, I'll buy more. I got it at $3.97. It's like, awesome. And now it's at $4.25. So I'm up. And I swung trade MicroStrategy, did the same thing with DJT, and have made a lot of money doing that. But I just do it my own way. Just looking at the charts. I don't need legend. Why should people be able to stake Dogecoin? It's not a proof of stake cryptocurrency. Staking ADA, staking Solana, staking ETH, that all makes sense. That helps secure the network. Dogecoin is not proof of stake, it's proof of work. The network is secured by the miners who validate all the transactions on the blockchain. So there's no staking of Dogecoin. So if some company is offering Doge staking, it's not really staking. You're basically giving them your Dogecoin for them to use for making money themselves in some manner. That's all it is. You're not helping the Dogecoin network in any way by doing that. In fact, you're putting your Dogecoin at risk, I would say. So be careful. Exactly. Pseudo staking. That's a good way to put it. You're giving your coin so the company can gamble on it. Just look at what happened to Voyager in 2022. That's all you need to look at is Voyager. You do not want to be involved in that. How much XRP do I own? I can tell you exactly how much XRP I own. It's in the KrissPax DCA portfolio, which is right here. Because I don't have any XRP in my personal portfolio, but we did buy some into our KrissPax DCA portfolio, and we've got 1,219 XRP tokens. 1,219. Now we're $3,195, and we're up 350% on our XRP. Should have bought more, right? Well, except Jasmine, we're up 1,000%. Doge, we're up over 500%. So, yeah, 350. Yeah, Algorand is up 330. All good. Everything in the green in our KrissPax DCA portfolio. All looking good. And it's also outperformed Bitcoin by quite a bit here. It's when you buy. That's really what it's about. And we were buying all of this in the summer of 2023. So we got these beautiful low prices on all of this crypto. That's all now well in the green. So that's what we were doing in the summer of 2023. We were buying crypto. The bottom of the bear market for altcoins. We were buying. I put $10,000 into this, and now it's at 52.5. Not too bad. And it was all just to prove a point. Again, not a lot of people were in my live streams, but we were actually buying this crypto every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, whatever the price was. I wasn't looking for dips and doing all my trading stuff. I was actually buying live at 5 o'clock. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, whatever the price was, that's when we bought. And it's all in the green. And my point was proven. It worked. So when will I do the same thing again? I don't know. Maybe 2027. Do it again. It's all about when you buy. And buying in the bottom of the bear market when everyone else is like, crypto's dead, everything's dead. Blood in the streets, that's when you buy. That is when you buy. You own too much ETH and you want to diversify. When should you sell ETH? I want to sell about half. You've got some Doge too, 16-cent average. Great. Glad you told me that. Now I feel better. So ETH. Eventually, we're going to see some huge green candles on ETH. The last one we saw was in May. We had this big green candle here, or this big run that ETH had here in February into early March. So ideally, you want to look for one of those. And particularly if you want to flip it over into Bitcoin, the chart you need to look at is called the ETH BTC, which is this one. So this is the ETH BTC chart. And you can see, compared to Bitcoin, ETH is pretty low. And we zoom out even further, and you can see just how much value compared to Bitcoin Ethereum has lost. So, yeah, we were looking at the cup and handle thing. We were charting that here. But it broke down. It actually broke down after that cup and handle formed. So that's not great. Eventually, there'll be a big run on this and it'll go up. But it's just not happening yet. We've had little signs here and there, but haven't had the clean ETH BTC breakout yet. Because that's when you want to do your rotation, is when this chart is up. Not yet. Now would be a bad time to do it. Unless you think ETH is just never going to run and you just want to be on the Bitcoin train. That's different. But if you still think ETH has a pump in it, you wait for that pump. Some could say that about Doge too. Same thing can be done with Doge. We were talking about that a little bit ago. Because Doge already had this pump in November. Doge totally outperformed Bitcoin on that run. I think there's going to be another one of these. And at the top of that one, that's when you would want to maybe sell some of your Doge into Bitcoin. And the ideal trade on that is not to sell the Doge for cash or USDC, but to trade it directly over to Bitcoin in one trade, like on Coinbase. Then you save fees by doing that. Because there is a Doge BTC trading pair on Coinbase. And so you could just trade directly from Doge to BTC. But I would wait for the next big green candle, and maybe one that would take it up to, the 70 level or higher, where it was back in 2021. That's when ideally at the, when it loses a zero here, which is where it was back in 2021. If Doge goes on a great run like that versus Bitcoin, well, that would be an ideal time to then take some of your Doge and rotate it into Bitcoin. Again, if you're a long-term holder, and that would be a good strategy. And then maybe in the summer of 2027, when the Doge BTC pair is all the way back down again, really low, you swap it back for Doge. Winning strategy. Absolute winning strategy. For now, Dogecoin is actually holding fairly well after this big pump. Dogecoin typically doesn't do that. You get a 200% pump on Dogecoin, typically it comes flying way back down, at least half of its value. But it's generally going sideways. It has had a couple runs up to 48, but from where it was on November 11th, it's sideways. That's not bad. Not bad. If you look at the CMC altcoin performance, HBAR outperforms every single asset by a lot. Yeah, it depends on the dates you put in there. So if you're just looking at 90-day performance, yeah, because HBAR was really, really low 90 days ago. But you can play those games with any different time frame to make it kind of fit your narrative, whatever you're trying to prove. Yeah. I don't do tattoos, machine. No tattoos. But thank you for the offer. Would you say buying coins like Bitcoin XRP is a bad idea now because they already went on huge bull runs, hitting all-time highs? You wait for the dips. If you're interested in the Bitcoin or XRP project and what they're doing, you can still make money off them. It's just not going to be the same percentage as if you had bought in months ago. If you can handle that, then look for dips and buy in. Is Bitcoin going to go below 100K? It's not looking like it. Is XRP going to go back below like $2.25? Probably not. So you just have to know that you're not going to make the same kind of percentage gains buying in now in December of 2024. Last week, someone was saying, tell me what the next big 10x, altcoin is. And I'm like, it's too late for that. It's too late. Should have bought in a year ago. You could have gotten some 6-cent Dogecoin. October 2023. 14 months ago, you could have bought Dogecoin at 6 cents. I know. I answered your question before even seeing what your question was. Moreno asking about Aave. Yeah, Aave, awesome. That's been on a run. It's retracing a bit, but again, 400, awesome price. It just touched it here yesterday. This is great looking chart. And again, it's consolidating for the past 5 days. And I think it's going to go well up above $400. I own a chunk of this and I'll be taking profits. Early next year, probably. I'll start to take profits on Aave. Because my Aave buy-in price is 68. 68 to 400. That is a pretty good profit there. 489%. But we're still too early in the bull market on this one for me to take profits yet. I'm waiting for 2025. To be totally transparent, I actually own Grayscale ETH ETF Mini. Okay. So you would actually have to sell the ETH ETF to buy into the BTC ETF. So they're in your IRA. So that means you don't have to pay taxes on the profits if they're in your IRA. That's cool. Cool. I don't follow Uniswap, Jimmy. And we don't talk numbers of age, it's all a frame of mind. There's no Kalamazoo's in Mass. No, I would have to go to Michigan. You sold ETH for more Doge and peak. Good luck. Right, you can keep buying dips. We're still in a bull market. Just don't expect 10x's. If you buy now, prepare to buy in the next 3 to 4 years. Right? You can buy a little now and then you hold. And then what are you going to do? You're going to hold it all through the bear market, or are you going to sell at the top, whatever you think the top is, and then buy back in later? You can look at Arbitrum. I'm not going to look at comp. Ion. Arbitrum, a layer 2, it's going to trade with ETH pretty much. Hasn't, again, since November 5th, went on a big run, but then dumped. And we can look at Optimism as well. They're both layer 2s on ETH, did exactly the same thing. Arb and Optimism generally trade almost exactly. I mean, you can look at these two. They're almost exactly the same charts. Arb and Opt. Overall, it'd be nice. Arbitrum holds $1. Now back down to 96 cents. It did come up to about $1.20. But that is just showing weakness in these two layer 2s. If they're just relying on ETH, then we need ETH to go back up to 8K. And then maybe we see $2 Arbitrum. I think it'll rely on that. You should tell him to go long 10x. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. It's peak with a Q, McGorilla. Peak with a Q. Leverage trading, not cool if you support the coins. Right. Buy them on spot. Hold. I say the same thing. But you can lose it fast too. That's right, Bull Run. You can lose it fast, not touching it. In Robinhood, you've got Link, Doge, AVAX, and Pepe. So you bought into Pepe when it got listed on Robinhood. Cool. Cool. Good luck with your portfolio. Hey, Jack, how are you? No Jasmine news, Christian. Nothing to report on today. Not that I've heard. You bought in late a month ago during the pump. Breaking even right now. Can you still expect a 2x? Well, that is a pretty... Now that's a decent or a more decent expectation than I'm hearing from others. A 2x from here, like on ETH. If ETH went from 4K to 8K, that makes sense. So yeah, 2x from here. Doge, 80 cents. Would you be happy with 80-cent Doge? I think a lot of people would. SHIB up to like 50 from 25, wherever it is. Peak, I'm not looking to sell at a 2x. I think it's so early in that project. I want to see it play out. Again, that's just what I'm doing. And who knows what's going to happen with Crow. It goes on runs and then it drops big. All I can say about buy points now, Andrew, because we're not seeing big drops right now. When I did that before, we were in the middle of these big red candles, and we're not now. So it's kind of hard to say. I mean, with Dogecoin, I mean, if there was a red candle that came down to like 38.8 maybe, like where it was on the 14th of December, that's like last Saturday, then that looks like a buy opportunity. It looks like support right there, 38.8. But I'm not going to go through like 4 other coins on that. Again, my strategy is always when I'm getting ready to buy is look for those big red candles down. Big red candles down. That's when you want to buy. I'm 20 years old. Thanks, Bull Run. You'll contemplate selling Pepe for more Link. If Pepe goes on a big run, sure. A Snoopy tattoo? Well, I mean, you can do the math. If I've had this Snoopy since the 1970s, and it was the early 70s at that, you can do the math. That Snoops hanging out. I was thinking you were the one in Michigan. That's the only Kalamazoo I know. I don't know there are others. People that buy at bull runs tend to hold till the next bull run. The gains are just not enough, so they hold. And they ride the bottom. Yep. I can see that. A lot of people did that. The 4-year cycle is proven, and it will keep being proven until it's not. And until then, I'm not changing my strategy. I'm still following it. That's why I'm coming up with this 100-day plan for 2025, which takes us from January 1st into the middle of April. And we'll be talking about that more in the future. It's my 100-day plan, which gets us into April. And that's going to be my big decision time, because the whole sell in May, go away thing, even in a bull market, do we see that again? Because that's what happened in 2021. Sell in May, go away. So yeah, that is out there. So I'm going to have this 100-day plan I'll be talking about. Again, this is just my plan. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And I have a goal to buy a house late spring, early summer 2025. And so I'm going to be on this 100-day plan. And as we go through it, I'm going to be looking at price targets of different coins, see how they're trading. Of course, January 20th is going to be a big day in those 100 days. And it's going to be my profit taking strategy. Again, it's not going to work for all of you. You guys have different goals than I have, but I'll tell you what I'm looking at and what I'm seeing as we go through the first 100 days in 2025. The Santa rally starts this Friday. Some think that it's between Christmas and New Year's, but some think it's, I mean, whatever Friday is, right? That's the 20th. Could be. Can meet for lunch. Can't meet for lunch tomorrow. Got too much going on. I actually have our company office party tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to be there instead of watching Tom Crown do his FOMC, which I hate missing those because those are always fun. But tomorrow I got to. Good luck with your tattoo store. The white line is the 200 moving average. So right now I'm on the hourly, but typically you really only use it on the daily. So this is the 200-day moving average, and right now it's down at 17 cents. So yeah, Doge is not touching that for a long time. Mick Gorilla joined the family. New member. Thank you, Gorilla. JGK, I feel like if the right boxes are checked for Doge, it's kind of a sleeping giant. I know. Again, I go back to not this Trader Allen chart, but that is the 4-year cycle chart. It's big if. But we looked at this one, which is the 4-year cycles, of which, 2 to 3 years are bear. Those are the red. And then there's a reset, which is the yellow. And then there's the green where it pumps. Again, 2018, 2019, bear. 2020 reset with the first pump. And then we get 2 more big pumps in the bull. And that doesn't last very long. You can think January, March, April, May, 2021, 4 months, and not even, more like 3.5 months. That's all that was. That's when all the action happened, last bull cycle. It was all in those 3.5 months, which is about 100 days. Magically enough, it's 100 days. So that's when all the magic happened last bull cycle. So here we are, really just starting this bull cycle. We've had this first pump coming out of that retest, right? That reset. This is still to come. That's what I'm waiting for, is that. Will it happen? Maybe, but I still believe in the 4-year cycles as well. And Doge has been consistent, just like Bitcoin has been consistent as well. Bitcoin hit $20,000 at the end of 2017. It hit $69,000 at the end of near the end of 2021. And now it's up over 100, could go to 200 this bull cycle. The only difference is on Bitcoin, these green boxes are much wider because Bitcoin really only has a bear market for like a year, maybe 14 months. And then it's bull. So the greens are much bigger on the Bitcoin chart. So you want to be in Doge when we have these narrow green boxes. That's when the action happens. Just 4-year cycles. I will keep believing them until they're not. You think Doge has 4 to 5x still left in this cycle? Well, a 5x from here gets Doge to $2. 10 to 15, I doubt it. At this point, I doubt it. What else going on? We can look at, we refresh, see what else is moving over the past 7 days. Pengu, there it is. Pengu is on CoinMarketCap, up 487%. Pengu, oh my God. How did they get listed on CoinMarketCap their first day? Yeah, they don't show the big peak here. They don't show the whole thing. They only show it going up to 7, where we had it much higher. Well, no, it wasn't that much over 7. So yeah, that's about right. Peaked at 7. But look what it's done since then. So Bull Run, were you able to short this thing? It got listed on Binance. It's on Bybit, OKX, BitGet, MEXC. You can short on all those. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Pengu. A market cap of $1.8 billion. That is cray-cray. That's what that is. Is Crow going to go back to all-time highs? It's got a long ways to go. So here we are at 19 cents. We zoom out. We go back. Its all-time high is almost $1. So a 5x from here. Could it do it? It had this huge run in 2021 where it essentially went from 19 cents all the way to $1 right there. I mean, look at this. This exact thing could happen again. The craziness of a bull cycle. That's what it would take for Crow to do the same thing again. It's at 19 cents, the same launch point it was at back in 2021. I drew this line at 50 cents, and that's where I'm taking my profits on Crow, is at 50 cents. Because I'm not going to hold Crow all the way through a bear market again. So is that possible again, a 5x from here? Well, it did it in 2021. That was some crazy trading there. But you get enough FOMO in on any project, it can do that. If it got to 50 cents, I would probably sell half of mine, though. That's probably what I would do. And then let the other half go some. But I probably wouldn't ride it all the way up to $1. Because, I mean, that's a pretty decent profit. You don't know where the top is going to be. But yeah, it could. It could do it. Can we have a look at Algo? Sure, Raiden. 42 cents, Algo. Peaked up here at 61 cents. That was nice. Couldn't hold it, though. But we go back in time. Well, let's just look at 2021. $2. $2 is my target. $1 would be my first profit taking. Again, buying it at 10 cents to $1. That's a 10x. That's a pretty decent profit. Can it get all the way back up to $2? The problem is back here, there weren't anywhere near as many Algorand tokens as there are now. This whole area right here where Algorand tanked all the way from $2 to like 25 cents, there were huge token unlocks. And when you're doing that at the start of a bear market, the price just plummets, absolutely plummets. So I don't think Algorand's going to come back up to these prices because there's just so many more algo tokens now than there were back in 2021. So that's why I said, okay, let's look at $1 and let's take some profits as soon as we get over $1. So that's what I'm looking at for Algorand. Thanks for asking. It's a good one to look at. There's a lot of good things happening with Algorand this year. Well, I hope you're well, Fisher. I'm doing great. Doing great. Yes, I said cray cray, didn't I? Cray cray. I know. Other people's ETH predictions are crazy. I'm like 8K. I'm not going to see $20,000 ETH. I don't think so. I don't think so. Are the drones aliens, dear? No. The drones belong to the US government. That's what I think. They belong to the US government. There are a number of different things you can say they're doing, from sniffing for nuclear stuff to just having this War of the Worlds kind of freak out the American citizens thing so that the Democrats can somehow keep control of the government. Who knows, right? It's all kind of conspiracy theories out there. I'm just like, I believe that they belong to us because our government is just being way too silent on the whole thing. So they're ours. They're ours. I know the Bitcoin holders are holding. They're not switching over from Bitcoin to alts. So are we going to have as big of an alt season this time? Well, I still think the retail traders may do that, but the institutions will keep holding Bitcoin. So maybe the alt season isn't quite as dynamic this cycle because of that. You're not going to tell me if you're short or not, but there will be signs. You've got a secret group. I'll join your group in 2026, okay? I'll join your group then. 80 cents in February, that'd be awesome, Ali. We'll be looking for that. I'm not ready to chart out. Joke Smoke, gifting memberships. Who got memberships? Ape, Rizzo, Jay Bella, Ryan, and Michael Miller gifted memberships from Joke Smoke. Thank you for your generosity, Joke Smoke. We got 5 new members to the channel. Awesome. If the chubby penguins make it to Robinhood, it'll be too late. Yep. I don't think Pengu is going to stay over or near 3 cents. I think it's just going to continue to drop down. I could be wrong. It could go on another run. We saw that with Fartcoin, remember? I thought it was done. We saw Peanut. Remember when Peanut went on another run? It's like, what happened to Peanut the squirrel now? I don't know, but Pengu? I don't know about that one. Where would you sell Dogecoin? Where did you buy them, Andrew? It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You could maybe sell half and keep half. Just keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be all or nothing because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Mine it was a combination of Robinhood and Coinbase. Yep, that's what happens. Some days you have some coins moving and others not. Today was Litecoin, XRP, Solana moved some, Crow moved some. And then other days Doge moves and those don't. So that happens. Not a Polkadot fan, Mohammed. I think it's a blockchain that just isn't being used much. And we looked at Ethereum Classic earlier. It basically just follows Ethereum, but like Litecoin, it's one of the OG proof of work cryptocurrencies. Still going to do well in this bull cycle, but it's not really used for anything. I don't know if the Bitcoin dominance is going to stay that high. We saw it drop in 2021. I mean, it dropped fast. We could see that in altcoin season. Bitcoin dominance. Going back. This huge drop here from the circle. That was essentially March to May of 2021. We just saw this nosedive in Bitcoin dominance. That could happen again. Now, a lot of this was because of Dogecoin, actually. A lot of this was Dogecoin because so many people were piling into Doge and they were actually selling their Bitcoin to get on the Doge bandwagon. We could see that again, and that could happen from here where it just drops. So don't look at the current, where Bitcoin dominance is right now. Just look back and see what the potential is for Bitcoin dominance doing a nosedive. That could happen. And it's interesting, when that happened, the RSI on Bitcoin dominance was at about 50, and it did that. And right now, the RSI of Bitcoin dominance is 50. Just saying. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Again, we look at 4-year cycles, and there are rhymes that happen. We could be seeing this exact thing happen with Bitcoin dominance. We'll see. The Broken Arrow story. I don't know, Katja. I've heard of that before, but I don't know what it is. Is it a lost nuke or something? Something like that. Yeah, good deal. We'll see you in 2026. We'll be in the short gang, right? Whatever you want to call it. Yes. UFOs. No, they're just drones. They're testing. If they were testing machined, the government would just say we're testing. They could just say that. Instead, we get nothing, which makes you start to do all these conspiracy theories, right? Gauging the reaction of the populist. You bought peak at 65 cents on a red candle and wished you waited longer. Sorry about that. But long-term hold. It's an early project. There'll be a lot of volatility still. I know with financial institutions, we still have them today. Like when I buy my house, I'm going to have to do it, using a bank for my money, getting a cashier's check from the bank, whatever. But then it'll be, no more bank. Don't need you anymore. So there was token unlocks, Anthony. And I don't know what else going on. Yeah, if you're buying peak, you may have to hold it through the bear market. And I've just already committed to what I bought, that I'm just going to hold and see what happens. Way too new. I'm not going to play games and try and sell high and buy low because it's a brand new project. I don't know what's going to happen to it. I don't see we have that big of an alt season. Only the ones that are in favor of Trump or Elon. we'll see. We had the huge alt season in 21. So I'm still thinking that we may have something similar. In Spanish, traductor, por favor, hablando con Jesus. I don't know what traductor is. I don't know what you're asking for. Sorry. My Spanish is iffy. I don't know what micro GPT is, Matavo. They look like they're big ones, Raiden. They're big drones. They're not small ones. ¿A dónde va a llegar? ¿A dónde va a llegar? I'm just going to do my little translator over here, okay? Because I know va is coming, but don't know after that. ¿Dónde va a llegar? I just want to translate it. Why is everyone, why are all these videos coming up? Where is it going to reach, or where is it going to lead to? Ah, see. Now I know what you're asking. And I will say, wait until my video on January in Spanish. Espera hasta mi video el 1 de enero. There you go. So I'm going to do a video on January 1st, which is going to talk about where I think Doge's price is going to go in 2025. Someone should mint a coin called whatever grabber. Yeah. I'm sure someone's thought of that. We did the 8-ball question earlier, and the 8-ball question said, yes, we are going to have a pump in Dogecoin after January 20th. Are you going to regret not holding XRP? There's a lot of coins that are pumping and making money. So I'm not regretting not holding XRP in my portfolio, my main portfolio. We have a little in the KrissPax portfolio. I don't regret it because, I mean, look, Dogecoin's up as big as XRP. I don't regret not holding XRP. Plus, I still kind of question the whole minting new tokens that Ripple does. Think when BTC drops now, some alts are still low. What will happen? Then the alts will bleed hard. Well, then you're in bear market time again. So we have some things dropping right now. Doge down to 39.5. Bitcoin coming down. So for those who are looking to buy, it looks like we might have some buying opportunities this evening, guys. We got some big red candles, guys. Sheeb coming down. So, yeah, ETH Classic. So we may see some buying opportunities on dips tonight. So watch for that. Drones coming from underground. Yes. International crypto via KrissPax. The more the merrier. Yeah. Spanish community, great. I just not up on my Spanish. I went to the University of Miami. I lived in Coral Gables, Florida, and I knew a lot of Cuban and other Spanish-speaking people there, and actually learned a lot of Spanish at the time. Especially in architecture, you're dealing with a lot of contractors, tradespeople that all speak Spanish. And so, but that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. So we'll see. And thank you, Steve, with your Spanish. Right. Corrections. We may have tonight a correction. You've got a base full of them near you in North Dakota. A lot of drones. Sheeb is on big exchanges. Yes. Robinhood, Coinbase, Binance. No, I'm not expecting crypto to pump after the Fed meeting. I think it's all kind of, I mean, I don't want to say priced in, but it's all expected that there's going to be a rate cut. If there isn't a rate cut, then we could see some red candles. Your overall Robinhood account is down 2%. Let's see what my Robinhood account says. It's probably the same. 1.3%. I'm down 1.3. My stocks are up. AMC, GMC, but they're small. Well, I mean everything in my Robinhood account. I don't have too much here. Just sprinkling of things. Still on Robinhood, but my stocks are. But even though AMC and GME are up, Robinhood's down, Nvidia's down, DJT down, not much, but down a little bit. So it goes. Dos cervezas, por favor. What else do you need to know, right? What else do you need to know, Darren? Exactly. That's good. There's somebody put the All Eyes on Doge track on Spotify, and it has 2 million plays. Wow. So it is on Spotify. Somebody was asking about that earlier. New all-time high, yes. Someone was asking about that earlier, whether I could put that song on Spotify, but I guess somebody already did. Yeah, we don't talk about age numbers here. But I did go to college in the late 1980s. That's when I was in Miami. You swapped your LimeWire for Doge. Tres cervezas, por favor. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. Oh. I wonder who owns that. I wonder who uploaded that. Because it could have been somebody who doesn't have the rights to it. There's only 2 people that have the rights to it, and that's Callie and me. If Callie put it on, great. But if somebody else, so if you can send me a link, or I can just have someone I know who has Spotify look for it. All eyes on Doge. Because, yeah, we should be able to claim that. Poquito lime. Do you call it a lime, though? Is lime still lime in Spanish? Doge, no pump today, Yogi. Nope, it's still sideways. You're drinking a Cabernet? I might have something with dinner tonight. I might have something with dinner. What can we do as a community to help it pump? Just spread the word. Spread the word of Doge. Limon, Lima. Look at Bitcoin dominance. It's still the same. We just looked at it. Yeah, going up a little bit. But you go out to the daily and you're like, yep, it's still. Is it going to go back to 60% again? I'm not predicting that. Yeah, well, me and Callie, well, we would split them because Callie made. So yeah, I'm going to look into that. Bitcoin taking the money from alts. It's really more ETFs. Again, we showed this earlier. 13 days in a row of ETF buying, and it's not little buys. Hundreds of millions of dollars for 13 days in a row buying Bitcoin ETFs. These are people that would not have normally bought alts. These are investors for BlackRock, Fidelity, Bitwise, ARK, Franklin, Van Eck, that have most likely never invested in crypto. And they are just calling up their broker and saying, get me some of that Bitcoin. And they're doing it through ETFs. And so the BlackRocks and the Fidelities, and they're all buying crap tons of Bitcoin because they need to have in reserve all the Bitcoin that matches what's being bought into these ETFs. And it's hundreds of millions of dollars every day. So that's not taking away from alts. That's just supporting more Bitcoin. So that's what's going on. So that's what this is. I think it's all on those ETFs. Doge is just sleeping, just hanging out. You can't find it on Spotify? Drip. Send me the link because you saw it. So send me the link. Email it to me. KrissCrypto@gmail.com. Kriss with a K, crypto with a K. Send me the link to Spotify Drip, okay? To that song that you see. Was reading an article, if Doge goes lower, we might be in trouble. Sure, they all say that, but we're in a bull market. They just do that because they have to write an article every day. And usually there's a plus side and a minus side on every one of those articles because I read them every day. The dominance chart looks like a bear flag to you? Could be, but again, if those massive ETF buys keep going, Bitcoin dominance is not going to be dropping. Am I going to have a big painting of Doge? No, but I'll have little things. I'll have little things that are Doge related. %1 isn't a drop. It's still, zoomed out, it's still sideways trading. Doge will explode. I believe that too. Right. Well, Doge is on that list. Again, that's why I'm pointing to January 20th as being a huge day. So we'll see what outperforms what, the 18th, 19th, and 20th. Because I think the 18th and 19th, that weekend before, leading up to January 20th, could be huge for Doge. Exactly, Luis. That's what I'm saying. Zoom out. People are all zoomed in and they see the price going down. And then you zoom out and you're like, guys, it's just, you get rid of the RSI here. Here we go. That's not bad. From where we were over the summer, that's not bad. Can January come already? Really? January 20th, going to be a fun day. I'm going to be here. I'm not working that day. Not my other job. I'm doing this. And I'll be here with you guys. Please buy Snoopy a nice king sofa. Snoops just hangs out here next to me. He does all right. Riley will be here. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, that's what I got for tonight, guys. Look, we might have, zoomed in again. We might have some dip buying opportunities tonight in some cryptos because we do see some dips. So for people who've got some cash or tether sitting there in their account, I can't say you're definitely going to make money, but again, we look at some of these charts and we're like, I don't know, but that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. So I hope you all are well. Have a good evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.